Morning pod. Gee, I really love you, and I do like this. This is fun. I got energy.
Could you, would you mind scooting down the other side of the couch a little bit just in case I need to mute one of these mics?
Sure.
We have a fighting chance.
Sure. We should have some sort of sound curtain that we use and just not look at each other.
Oh, I would love that.
Okay.
Oh, man. I have a doctor's appointment here in 2 hours that I'm really anxious about.
Oh, no. Is it a lady thing?
It is a lady thing. I'm getting my IUD replaced.
Oh, we're just going right into it.
Yeah.
I was going to be vague about it, but hey, Mom.
Mom doesn't care. She's got the same bits. It's probably all the fucking people in their F-150s that are like, vaginas, but it was the most painful thing I've ever had done the first time I got it done.
Yeah.
So I'm just a little anxious about it today, but I'm getting a cervical block.
I don't know what that means.
I think they just juice up the walls with lidocaine.
Oh, nice.
So
just kind of hose it down like in Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, or like how they keep a whale wet out of the ocean. Yeah, I'm not. My neighbor was like, "Do you need a ride?" I'm like, "Well, I don't push the pedals with my pussy, so I think I'm okay."
I had an ex that had an IUD put in, and it messed with her pH balance. And it did not smell great down there for a couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I remember the first day she got it. Like, it was like she had there was like a radius.
Well, because when it gets put in, your body tries to get it out, and so you have contractions, like honest to God contractions.
Yeah.
So and then you're on your period for like 30 days. So that could also be the smell, was just the rotting uterus.
This was it was bad, and to the point where like I was kind of giving her a hug, and I was like, "Man, it smells like bad vagina in here." And then like I was like. I think I was sitting down, so I was like hugging her around the waist, and I was like, "Oh, that is a vagina." And I backed up, and I didn't say anything because I hadn't figured out how to address it delicately. Like in my brain, I'm kind of figuring out how are we going to do this.
Hey, you know how your north mouth smells when you wake up? You know how there's Poonpouri? Is there Poonpouri? Your beef stinks.
Yeah, I went through those. I was like, nope, can't do those.
No Poonpouri?
Nope. So I just kind of looked at her, and she looked in my eye and saw the fear, and she was like, what? And then she went, oh my God, is that my vagina? And might have been my favorite thing she said of the whole relationship. I laughed for a while. But then I was like, yeah, that is 100% your vagina, and I'm sorry about that. Apparently it doesn't like its new resident. I guess it's more of a neighbor because it's
more of like a chaperone.
Yeah.
Or a
more
guardian.
of a landlord, really.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you thought you could have friends over? In the form of babies?
No one goes in this room.
No one can come in this room.
It turns your uterus into that great room Mom had at the old house.
You can't sit in here.
This is only for looks.
Don't touch the furniture. One time Ben Peterson barfed in that room, and I was too afraid to tell Mom and Dad. He was like, did you tell someone downstairs? And I was like, yeah, totally. And I didn't tell anyone.
I remember, okay, so Mom, we had a very... I wouldn't say a very large. We had a house, a sizable house when I grew up. And
well, we
Andy
lived
was
in the
small.
middle of nowhere.
We lived in the middle of nowhere.
It was a good place for Mom and Dad to get a lot of square footage for not a ton of money.
It was like every house in the country where you were like, "Oh, this place is enormous," and they're like, "We paid $30,000."
Can you hold for 1 sec?
Yes. Did you just close your finger in your laptop?
I got my thumb pit right here, but in the
that skin right there,
the skin between my thumb and my finger.
That skin isn't ready for that.
No, it's not, and I got it right in the corner.
You might as well have closed your. Well, I was gonna say sack, but you don't have one anyway. So
it's like getting a lip caught in there.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that about my sister, so I just let it go. Anyway,
I said it.
Mom and Dad, I grew up in a house out in the country, and basically we
both did.
We did. We had a room that used to be a living room. It had high vaulted ceilings, and then when Mom and Dad finished the basement and turned that into like the place to hang out, Mom turned what was now called the great room.
Because it had like 30-foot vaulted ceilings.
It did not have 30-foot. There's no way they were 30 foot.
I was 7, so it seemed large.
Yeah, I would say closer to 16-foot vaulted ceilings.
It was higher. I bet it was 40 feet.
They were 5 stories. It was a 5-story.
Have you ever seen the Empire State Building?
Have you ever been to Grand Central Station? It was twice that. Anyway, it also turned into a Bombay Trading Company showroom.
Yeah.
Bombay Trading Company was a shop in the mall that sold
overpriced furniture that was so flimsy.
It was very flimsy, but it had a nice veneer.
Yeah, it had a real nice finish. But if you bumped into it the wrong way, it would chip.
Oh yeah, and those handles, those drawer pulls, don't use those. Those are for looks.
They fell off all the time.
Yeah, just looking at them, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm going to be so grounded for looking at that."
Oh, there was an earthquake on the West Coast.
And
handles fell off.
And there was a piano that was near tuned, but yeah, it was. We had a great room. I don't remember why we got into that, but welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's the 1 millionth podcast. That's Andy Porter.
That's Chris Porter.
We're siblings. I'm the brother.
I'm the sister. And there's Otto Man. He's just walking around.
Otto Man's just click-clacking around. For those of you who don't know, Otto Man is Andy's dog and my best friend in the world.
He's everybody. He's the people's dog.
He is the people's dog.
He needs a haircut so bad.
At least needs a brushing.
I know. I need to brush him. Every time I get the brushes out, he goes under the bed for hours.
He looks...
He's a shaggy dude.
He's a shaggy dude that looks like he just walked out of like some sort of fuck fest.
He looks...
Because he's got a nappy coat.
I would say he looks more like a disgruntled detective who's been on the force for too long.
Yeah, but deep undercover. Like he's been working for the narcos. And you're I think you might be addicted to the heroin.
I tried a couple of weeks ago to make him a grooming appointment, and they were booked up. He's not getting groomed until... When is that?
Groomers Day?
Uh-oh.
Is it today? Was it supposed to be right now?
No, it's not today. It's... What is that?
I don't think it's really that important, but it's a few weeks from now.
No, well, it's...
Andy, focus.
I know, but I need to know when that is.
Well, not right now.
Not a few weeks from now. It's days from now, and I need to figure out when that is. What? But it's soon. It took... I didn't realize that groomers were so booked out.
Yeah, what's going on? Is it like all the other jobs? Or is it like restaurant jobs? Did a lot of groomers get their own fucking TikTok accounts and blow up, or what happened?
I don't know. I started taking him to a new groomer because his old groomer, the rates had gone up. Like double.
Well, that'll happen when you're booked up for months in advance. You're
they weren't the ones who were booked, and I could just take him in there on the same day.
Oh, yeah.
But this new one, apparently, you got to wait.
Have you ever thought about just watching a YouTube video, figuring out how to do it yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's fun to the butthole, but that's just about everything in life.
But the thing about the groomer is they express his anal glands, they trim his nails,
they
do everything. And
I don't want anything to do with expressing anyone's anal glands, really.
I don't think we have to express ours.
No. Fucking you did earlier.
Listen, you want to do 9 a.m. pods, I'm going to have to poop.
But I'm just saying, you knew I was going to be here at 9. Why not fucking drop?
Oh, you want me to tell my sphincter when it's time? It tells me when it's time.
I just feel like it was oddly timed that like the moment I show up, you're
oddly timed. It was 40 minutes after I started having coffee, and that's just the way it works.
All right. Well, good to know. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I did a little baking.
What?
It's a little baking.
What'd you bake?
A best friend of Chris Hertz. Her name is Erin McDowell.
You baked a girl?
I did. I baked her up real good. She is a New York Times best-selling. That part might not be true, but it might be. But she's a chef. She's a baker.
Okay.
And was in New York and was, on Good Morning America. And,
Is her name Betty Crocker?
Her name is Erin McDowell because I said it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Stupid. Shut up.
Sorry, you said baking, and then it just turned into basically a Candyland dream in my head.
Well, so I made something you would love. I made it from scratch. I couldn't even hear what you said, but I know you're just over there in your own little world talking about things I could make, and it's not relevant to the story. No,
nothing you could make. I said, wouldn't it be great if we had kettle glazed?
Yeah, it would be great.
Anywho, move on. Sorry.
So, yeah, I baked. I made some from scratch little mini key lime pies with a coconut cookie crust.
Oh.
They're so good.
All right.
So good. Made those. Put the KitchenAid mixer to use, which it hadn't seen.
Those are one of those appliances because you have one of the old school ones. It's the classic KitchenAid
mixer.
You walk into fucking Sur La Table and you're like, fucking, I wish I had 500 bones for a goddamn mixer.
But I got that one for $150.
Good for you.
You know why? Because I had a friend working at the Price is Right / Let's Make a Deal.
Uh-huh.
And every year they have a sale of all the prizes they didn't give away.
Get the fuck out.
Swear to God. Like they sell TVs, like washers and dryers.
Why is this the first time I'm hearing of this?
Because it's open to the staff only.
There it is.
So my friend who was working on the show got that KitchenAid mixer, and he was like, I'm going to try to sell it for face value. I'm like, it's an open box. You're not going to be able to do that. But when you can't, you come back to old Andy. It should give you $150 for it. And that's exactly what happened.
That's awesome.
So I love it. It's Cadillac pink.
Fuck yeah.
I love it. Dude,
I love a solid Cadillac pink anything.
Yeah. Well, you should start working for Mary Kay if you sell enough. I think they give you one.
That was a dark period once. I worked at a bar, and a lady there sold Mary Kay. Mm-hmm. And I started buying this, like, exfoliating face wash. And it was really, like, that was the first interaction I'd ever had with exfoliating. And then that turned into a bit that is fairly notable. There's rocks in that shit. But yeah. But I really enjoyed it and it worked really well. So I kept buying it from this lady, and Dad happened to be at the bar one day when I picked up my new tube. What'd you do?
Stubbed my toe on the edge of the couch.
Fucking, yeah, you did just move it 3 years ago.
I've lived here for 7 years.
Have you had the couch all 7?
Yeah, I got this couch at my old place.
Oh, that's right. Oh, remember that place?
Fucking.
Where your bedroom was like up 2 stairs?
It was a split level.
It was a split.
Yeah, and my neighbor broke in and I had not one but 2 cockroach infestations.
Oh, yeah. And then someone broke in to steal your cigarettes or something?
He wanted cigarettes from me, but I didn't have any. I had a clove cigarette sitting on a desk, and he took that but broke into my apartment. It was really fun. His name was Cotty because he drove Ducatis.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I mean, not legally.
Like his mom envisioned it. He looks like a complete douchebag right out of my hooch. So,
yeah,
gonna call him Cotty because he looks like a guy that would just change his name to that anyway.
Yeah, he was on a lot of drugs.
That will happen.
But you know what? Would rather have that than cockroaches.
100%. Where was I in this story?
Just another real quick sidebar. When I went camping with some friends, one of my friends I rode home with currently has a roach infestation. One of them went into my fucking suitcase. And when I was unpacking a couple weeks ago, I emptied out my suitcase and there was a fucking huge dead cockroach in there.
Also, if you have a roach infestation, that should be number 1 on your priority list.
Well, it's not her. It's her entire building has it.
Yeah.
She's like the 6th unit to have gotten The roaches.
They're just moving from one unit to the next as they bond.
I don't think they're moving. I think they're just expanding. Because I don't really think the landlords are doing much about it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think it's a tent situation.
Where is this at?
Hollywood and Gardner.
That tracks.
You were talking about donuts.
No, we were way past donuts.
I know. That's where I'm starting.
Okay. Great room.
Mary Kay exfoliant.
Oh, yeah. So I bought Dad was there one time when I got the tube, and I'm like, hey, you're going home, right? Will you just throw this in my bathroom? Dad, he was like, the fuck is this? And I was like, it makes my face pretty. Shut the fuck up.
He was like, you're going to need a lot more than this.
Yeah. I'll put this right next to your Mr. Banana Nose underwear, you fucking weirdo.
What the fuck is that?
You never heard of Mr. Banana Nose underwear?
That can't have been good.
Oh.
Was I plugged in?
Yeah, you were plugged in. You were fine.
Are we sure?
I mean, God, I hope so.
Fucking.
But yeah.
But just in case, my mic wasn't working. For recap, I'm getting an IUD put in today. Chris, we're recording early. Chris got some face wash, and Dad said,
what the fuck?
What the fuck? Face wash?
Face wash. Anyway, Mr. Banana Nose underwear.
Is it where the wang goes into the banana and it looks like a nose?
Yeah. And there's like a face on it, but there's a hole where your dick goes.
Ew.
Yeah. I don't know if they were actually a real thing or if it was just like a urban legend.
I'd rather just get like bat winged.
Ugh, that's very specific, like it's happened before.
Oh, Chris, how could you tell?
You just, because you went right into it, you're just like, it's like being bat winged. You're like,
I have seen all of my guy friends in college's balls in so many different ways.
Well, that's good, because a lot of,
There was the brain.
There's all the stuff from waiting.
Yeah, yep. Yeah. I've seen it all.
I'm friends with Skylar Stone, who was in it. So
does he do it for real? He's like, remember that movie I was in? What if we quoted it with our balls?
No, Skylar Stone, actually the nephew of Duck. The old
Oh, yeah, I forget about that.
Yeah. So
no, and I know Skylar Stone. I've met him many times.
Anywho, your weekend, you baked.
I baked. What did I do Friday night? I didn't do shit. I bopped over to Sandra's for a drink and then came home.
Yep.
Because they had been drinking all day. And they were settling in to watch a movie. And I was like, I'm going to fall asleep here if I do this.
Yeah.
And good thing I left because then all of them did. Everyone fell asleep over there. And then, so I came home. Woke up the next morning because I had my fantasy football draft with my college friends.
Seems early
Saturday
for that.
morning. Yeah, I don't know why.
Like, there's been one one preseason game.
Oh, you know why? Because next weekend, one of our members is getting married.
Oh.
I think there's some other shit going on. Whatever.
So.
It is what it is.
Meanwhile, 3 people you draft get hurt before the beginning of the season.
Well, luckily, yeah. That did happen. But my guy got hurt. Tim Patrick got hurt before the draft anyway, so I just drafted around that situation. And then, so Ashvin and Chris Hurt and Jordy came over, and Chris Hurt was supposed to bring breakfast burritos and mimosas, and he didn't.
Oh, that's a huge letdown.
Yeah.
When you just show up and like, remember, how you're hungry and thirsty and you were waiting for me to get here? Well,
yeah.
fuck. One out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, he also didn't shower.
Whoo!
Oh, God, and they also took a monster dump over here. So did Jordy. I was just like... It was so gross. I was like, you guys are so gross. Like, I'm a girl. I'm not the I'm not the most ladylike.
Fair.
I can handle being around dudes.
Yep.
But fuck. That was so gross.
You said butt fuck. Anyway.
It stunk so bad in here. And you couldn't even, Couldn't even open the windows to get. I mean, I did open the windows to get the stink out, but it was 91 degrees outside, so that didn't help. It just smelled like humid poopery in here till about 1 p.m. And I'm like, "What are you pooping out? It's not like we ate anything."
Oh,
but
also, just kind of a rude move to like. I mean, you do it over at my place all the time, and I get that. I got a fancy toilet seat, and you're my sister, so there's blood relation. But I would never go over to a friend's house and be like, hey, I'm going to drop a deuce in this bathroom that no way you're not going to smell it.
Also, here's the kicker. My air conditioner that pumps the cold air into the living room is in my bathroom.
So it's just wafting cold shit air in
And
there.
on top of that, I've got a Vornado to help push the air out of the bathroom in here.
So it's just, so the cold and the warm kind of meet up and it just blows in thunderstorms.
And I know you at home are like, Andy, why do you have the air conditioner in the bathroom? That's a stupid place to have it. Well, my building's old as fuck, and all I have are French windows because I am Belle from Beauty and the Beast. And I have to sing out of these motherfuckers every morning. So the only place for the air conditioner to go is in the only window I have that opens up and down, and that's in my bathroom.
Yep.
So
it's right by your bathtub.
I unplug it usually before I get in unless I'm feeling risky.
And didn't you already lose an air conditioner to gravity?
Oh, that's the same one. She's a survivor.
She's just a little dented.
She's just on the backside. You can't tell from the front. Just a little accordion in the middle. Well, she only fell like out a window that was on the first floor.
Oh, okay.
It was at my old apartment across the street. And the only thing I had left to move was the Wi-Fi router and the air conditioner. And I was like, I could do this by myself. I do CrossFit. And
they're real back heavy, those air conditioners.
Found that out real quick.
Yeah.
Because I unscrewed it and opened the window, and
there it went.
There she went. And I called Dad. I was like, "Don't get mad, but a Clapton babied my air conditioner out of the window."
That's so fucked up. It's so fucked up.
And he was like,
and Eric Clapton totally listens to this podcast. He tells me all the time, "Hold on, I gotta pee." That's way better. Was that after Coffee Whiz where you were just like, I should have done that 20 minutes ago?
And it smells like coffee.
It does smell like coffee. And you're like, man, I wish I had more coffee. And then you're like, no, I don't. So Friday.
I was like, if you want more, I'm going to need to make more because I just took the last of it. So then we just hung out here and just drank and played video games here on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then...
what video games did you play?
Just Mario Party.
Now, what is Mario Party?
It's like a board game.
Okay.
But after everyone takes a turn to go around the board, there's a mini game. And there's like 200 of them that you can play.
Really?
My favorite ones are where you have to jerk off the remote because I'm always better than the boys.
Which seems weird. But also a girl's got to make some disposable income. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking facts, man. Yeah, I hung out here, watched the Chiefs lose.
It was a preseason game.
It was the first preseason game.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, I just hung out here all day.
That's not bad.
Not bad. And then Monday we had a softball game. We had a doubleheader. We won one.
We won one.
We lost one.
We lost one.
Every time I go to put my elbows on the desk, I keep hitting where I scrape myself, so that hurts.
Andy, they moved her to third. Why would you put a left-hander at third? Andy did a great job playing third. Her effort was over the top. There were a couple of times where there'd be a force at third, and the ball would come to Andy, and Andy would bobble the ball a little bit, and, you know, still probably had a good 8 minutes to get to the bag.
Shut up.
But she would just dive at the bag.
Well, because I wasn't really sure, because the first play I missed, because I'm used to playing first, and I forgot I had to tag him.
Yeah, I don't remember that particular play, but I do remember the play where the ball went a little bit behind the bag. You grabbed it, and then you just leaped at the bag. Kind of like Ben Stiller at the end of Tropic Thunder. Just, but no, it was a beautiful. It was a beautiful way to start the season. I'm glad.
I got a little scuffed up.
I do remember when I was younger, I loved playing a doubleheader, and then last night or Monday night, I realized I've gotten older and that I don't like doubleheaders anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like a one-game guy. And I wasn't even tired. I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I mean, it was 90 degrees when we showed up. It was a hot night.
Well, that and more people showed up for the second game. And so, like, especially for the dudes, it was basically like elementary school softball where you're like, oh, I'm going to bat once and then I'll bat another time at the end of the game.
And then I'm sitting there sweating bullets.
Yeah, meanwhile, every girl has like 97 at bats.
Yeah, it's like by the time you crossed home plate, if you were lucky enough to do so, you were like, oh, I'm up again? Okay.
And meanwhile, I'm putting the second coat of wax on the Tesla because I got shit else to do.
I mean, that's always going to be the case, though.
That's fair.
Yeah. It was fun, though.
Had a good time. And then you went to the bar afterwards?
I did. I went for one beer. I stayed for like 20, 30 minutes.
Did you get there in time for the comedy show?
It was only karaoke, I believe.
Oh, the comedy show must have been over by that time. We were playing the late game.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So the comedy show must have been over.
Yeah.
No tacos, though. That's really what I was going for.
Oh,
I was starving, and there were no tacos. And all of us were just sitting there so hungry.
Man, I'm really glad I didn't go then because I was kind of looking forward. I just needed to eat, and then I was like, but I need to go hang out.
Yeah, that's why I went. I was like, 2 birds with 1 stone, go hang out, have a post-game beer, get a couple tacos, go home, go to bed.
And then no tacos.
And then so I was just like, well, now I got to go home and fucking fire up some leftovers. So, chug this beer. Thank you, Meatball, for the beers.
Meatball's our pitcher, not the guy from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
And,
that's Meat Wad. Anywho.
Yeah. And I just came home and showered and had some lefties. But,
that was real nice.
Was real nice. It's warm here.
Are you warm right now?
No, I'm not warm right now. I'm just saying in general.
Oh, yeah.
The temperatures have been high.
LA has a late summer, though. It'll be hot like this till October.
I know that. And
there'll be a couple of breaks.
But it's more humid than normal. And there's more mosquitoes than normal.
Yeah, no.
I don't like it.
We're going to have to move.
Well, I did see on Twitter, I follow this meteorologist, and she said the reason is because this is some kind of like monsoon swell summer.
Oh, okay.
And so it's bringing more humid temperatures. So that's why there's more mosquitoes.
They also say there's a mega flood coming.
Yeah, but that's not like here. It's up in like other parts of Southern California.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah,
I didn't read the whole article.
I mean, I'm not really sure, but I'm looking at the 10-day forecast, and it is no rain in sight.
No rain in sight.
I think it's happening up north and then coming down.
Well.
Because, the earth is flat.
I mean, we could use the rain.
I would love like a straight up week of rain.
Well, okay.
Minus the lack of.
When I first moved here, that was your winter. Was in February. It rained for like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
That is steadily.
I couldn't tell you the last time it rained.
I couldn't either. Nor could our plants or the trees.
I know there was a night it rained a couple months ago. Because, like, my car was so filthy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it'll take care of the Jeep. And it just made it look so much worse. Like, that's how little rain it was. But,
yeah, that happens when I park my car. I park it on the roof. And, I'll show up. And I'm like, oh, cool, it's sprinkled. It's sprinkled really. Oh, it's sprinkled dirt rain. This is awesome.
Cool. You know what I did binge this weekend? 2 shows.
Okay.
A League of Their Own, the series.
All right.
So good.
Okay.
Mostly probably for the women.
For sure. Although the movie's amazing.
The movie's amazing, but the series
is
definitely more about the queer stories of the women on the team.
Oh, okay.
And the women of color, their stories.
Yeah. Just a lot of chowing down on box and stuff.
Not so much box munching as just societal struggles.
Oh, okay.
But really well done. Can't wait for season 2. And then I watched This Fool, which is Chris Estrada's show.
I don't know who Chris Estrada is.
He's a comedian.
Okay. Is he related to the guy from Chips?
Very possibly.
Okay.
But
I don't remember his name. Hank Estrada? That's not it. But I'll get a phone call from Dad, though. Listen to the pod.
Eric Estrada?
It's Eric Estrada. Was also in... Anyway.
Chips.
It was also in Ships, which didn't do as well.
It's about the sheriff's department.
A lot of people got confused because they thought it was boats, and it wasn't.
It's about this dude who lives in, I think, Echo Park.
Okay.
With his mom still and works for
like a lot of dudes in Echo
Park. Like a nonprofit called Hugs Not Thugs, and it rehabilitates people who just get out of jail.
Okay.
And so his cousin gets out of jail, and he makes him go through the program, and it's great. It's really funny.
All right.
It's hilarious. It's a lot of bilingual, so you're going to be reading a lot of captions. But if you know 15% of Spanish like I do on Duolingo, then it won't be as hard. You can look down sometimes. You're like,
I'll be looking down the whole time. I'll be looking down the whole time.
But it's really funny.
Unless they say hola or bueno, I'm going to need to read it.
I need to look up at the captions.
Or pollo. I'll know.
Look at you not saying the double L like a dumbass.
But did you hear me have to pause and be like, figure it out?
El Polo Loco? How was your weekend? Where'd you go? What'd you do?
I flew to the lovely township of Syracuse, New York.
Look at you going north when it's not but fucking cold.
And it was nice. And it's like one of those things where you... Like the road, I show up, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I remember this hotel and all that. And I showed him, I'm like, I remember this hotel. Where's the mall from here? Because it's another one of those mall funny bones. And it's another one of those malls that's like giant.
Mega mall.
It's a mega mall. Like there's a go-kart track. The Cheesecake Factory is inside the mall.
They usually are, aren't they?
Aren't they normally like outside?
I guess I'm just thinking of the one in the Sherman Oaks Galleria.
Maybe they are mainly inside now.
The plaza is technically a mall, I guess.
It's an outdoor shopping center. Outdoor living spaces. No. Living spaces. Anyway, I just remember walking out, and it's a probably good half-mile walk just straight down this road from the hotel down to the mall. And I would do it every day to go get coffee. And I just remember going, oh, I remember this because last time I was here, it was fucking 12 degrees. And I would have to bundle up like I was going on some sort of fucking Arctic expedition to go get coffee every fucking day. And this was a much more bearable experience. A lot of motorcycle hangs in the parking lot. Like I saw literally 90 motorcycles grouped around, and they were just all hanging out, being on motorcycles. And then there were 4 cop cars watching them. And I'm like, what the fuck are you going to do in reality? But no, I walked around. I did some shopping. I bought the Ezio collection. I started that.
Welcome. Isn't it great?
Yeah. You always have to be reminded about how clunky the Assassin's Creed controls are. You're like, oh, I guess I'm jumping off the roof. I guess I'm jumping off the roof.
Resquieta in pace.
You know 3 words of Spanish, but you play a video game enough, you're fucking fully...
Latin?
Is it Latin or Italian? I think
it's Middle Ages, so I'm sure it's a little bit of both. Right, Italian? Does Italian go back that far? Like fully? Resquieta in pace.
I don't know. I think we're both dumb. Anyway, flew to Syracuse. Something happened.
You were walking to Starbucks, and there were all these motorcycles.
First off, it was a Dunkin'. When I'm in New York, it's all Dunkin' all the time. And but I will admit this. Dunkin's hot coffee, top of it is my favorite hot coffee. That is where it stops. because I got an iced coffee and I was like, whatever, it's just it's trash. I've decided if I'm going iced coffee, I'm going to Starbucks, I'm getting a latte, an iced latte, because the iced coffee it's just iced milk, basically, at that point. And I don't like any of that.
You know, you can specify how much milk they put in.
The point is the coffee does not have the thickness to hold up to the amount of ice that they put in there. It's more about they actually don't put milk in it. It's cream and sugar. So I will amend my previous argument. I don't think the coffee has the strength to stand up. Anyway, my point is, if I'm going iced, I'm going to Starbucks. But hot, fucking Dunkin' all day. What do you think? Send us a note. Where do you go for hot? Where do you go for ice? Do you draw the line?
I feel like have you ever seen those three little boys who debate real life issues on YouTube or Twitch or something?
No, I try not
Maybe
to watch
TikTok.
little boys on the internet.
I just see clips of it float around Twitter when they're like, what do you think about pro-life, pro-choice? And they're like 8. And it's 3 of them sitting on their mom's sectional in a basement.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like this is a conversation they would have because they haven't experienced enough life that they're like, no, Dunkin' Donuts, bruh.
Yeah. I don't think, first off, you shouldn't give an 8-year-old coffee. That's first. It's irresponsible. And you definitely shouldn't put it on the internet if you do it.
You know what's so funny? Mama, did you drink coffee in high school? Because I didn't.
No, we weren't allowed to. I don't understand this thing.
I don't either.
Where I watch these fucking parents buying teenagers coffee. They have plenty of energy. And if they don't, it's because you put them on too many antidepressants.
And if I went to Starbucks in high school, I got like the vanilla cream frappe thing that has 0. It's only like it's a milkshake.
Yeah. No, if you give your 16-year-old coffee, I'm leaving.
Right?
Because I remember I was in Memphis visiting Zach, and one of our
You give your 16-year-old coffee, I'm leaving. Easy, Dalia.
No, that would be the reverse. He was like, oh, I'm bringing your 16-year-old coffee, and that's all it is, I swear.
Because I need them to keep watch while I'm with the 13-year-old.
Anywho. I was hanging out in Memphis with Zach. Our buddy showed up with his 15-year-old who had just drank like a monster tall boy.
Oh, God.
And that kid was one fucking sentence. They were there for like 4 hours, to the point that Zach just went and laid down in the other room. Just went and laid down. And at no point did they read the social clues to fucking leave. And they hung out, and that kid was just listen. I didn't want to strangle him, but I thought about it, and I envisioned it, and I might have gone down a hole where I actually did it in my mind. But
there was an energy drink that we would drink in high school called Balls, BAWLS.
Okay.
And it came in a glass blue bottle. I think they still make it.
Yeah.
But it had like guarine.
So you had blue balls?
Yeah.
You were drinking.
We were very aware of the joke.
Yeah, okay.
But they made you cracked out.
We had Jolt Cola.
Yeah.
We didn't have energy drinks.
We would also take too much cough medicine just for fun.
What, to like hallucinate?
Yeah.
That's really great for your tum-tum. Although this comes from a guy who eats nothing but queso and buffalo sauce. So
yeah, well, I mean, I was 15.
Yeah. Your stomach is invincible at 15.
Yeah. And your brain development.
Yeah,
Probably
no,
had
it's
something to
super
do
good
with
for
it.
that. Let's put you in front of a math test and see how that went.
I will be on October 1st.
What?
I'm taking the SAT.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about that.
I have to wake up at like 5:30 on a Saturday morning.
Where do you take it?
Someplace. It's like north of Thousand Oaks. I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
I can't wait. October 1st. Where will I be?
So mad about it.
October 1st, I will be in West Palm. Fuck. I mean, that's cool. I love being in West Palm. That's a great place to be, especially in October. But, fuck. Anyway, shows in Syracuse were great. It's very nice up there, and it's one of the 3 weeks where it's not either balls cold or super hot. So attendance wasn't like did 3 shows. 2 of the shows were great, but the last show on Saturday there were like 45 people, and I said in my head, I'm like, why am I using this microphone? Because I can, if you can see everyone. Plus the stage was super high, so I'm like, my voice will carry, and so I did the late show acoustic.
Wow.
And it was a lot of fun. I just feel like when you're quieter, the audience feels more engaged and they don't feel like they can talk as much.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that like one of the tools of, like, one of the 7 habits of highly successful people?
Is to not be amplified?
Is to lower your voice so that people have to listen to you.
Oh, man. No one has to listen to you when you're drunk then.
Or you when you're on stage.
Yeah, when I'm on stage.
When I'm drunk, I'm on stage.
It's very fair. Yeah, it's very fair. You definitely would think so. Anywho, great shows in Syracuse. This week, I'll be in Chicago at the well, I'll be fairly close to Chicago in Schaumburg, which is the Blue Springs of fucking Chicago. That's a Kansas City reference.
For all you Chicagoans out there.
It's the Ontario of Chicago. For you Los Angeles people.
Oh, I was like, Canada?
No, Ontario, Canada, where I will be the week after this. I'll be there next weekend. So come on out and check me out in very eastern Los Angeles.
Fun on a bun.
Fun on a bun. Go to chrisportercomedy.com for all my dates. But you know what, Andy?
What?
Guess what time it is?
Taco time.
No, guest number 2.
Guest number 2.
Guest number 2.
Noon?
Fucking gee, it's listener mail time.
Oh, ba-da-da-da.
Anywho. If you have questions, concerns, need life advice, send them to 1 millionth pod. That's all words, 1 million with a TH and a POD. And if you're lucky, we'll read it right here on the pod. This first one's from Aaron.
Aaron.
He says, something to get back on the Switch for. Also, this is Aaron. This is Aaron.
Aaron.
So probably a dude.
We need to set that Switch day.
We do.
Think
well,
it's time.
To be fair, we only have like 8 respondents.
Well, if we get 8 people to play, that's totally fine.
I could do next Sunday, but that would be.
Well, let's not plan it right now.
Okay, cool.
Just saying.
Anyway, Aaron says something to get back on the Switch for ? I believe he means the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. Unless he's on the 1s and 2s, he's a DJ.
Anyway, he says, howdy, y'all. So probably not a DJ. Been loving the pod. Got on the train when there were only a handful of episodes, and you definitely eased some of the pain throughout the pandemic, so thanks for that.
Pandy pain.
Just listen to the most recent episode, and both Chris and Andy said they haven't touched the Switch in a while. That's no longer true. And I would like to recommend Monster Hunter Rise and its recent expansion, Sunbreak. The controls and tutorial text boxes might be a bit much in the beginning, but if you give it a chance, you might get hooked on killing monsters and making weapons and hats to go out and kill more monsters. Listen, you know I'm about making weapons, and I'm also about making hats.
I just started, Ashwin got me playing a game called Undertale.
Okay.
And it's a 8-bit skeleton dating simulator. And him and Jordy were telling me that they got so far on a date, but they went to kiss their date, and they said they wouldn't kiss them because skeletons don't have lips. So, Undertale, check it out.
Check it out. It's a weird game. It's weird. Anyway, Aaron finishes out by saying, anyhow, fuck you, come on by, or perhaps fuck you, stay at home. Not sure where the world is at anymore. Aaron, I believe we're at fuck you, go on out and do some stuff, but I don't know.
Fuck you, come on by.
Fuck you, come on by. Another recommendation, this one from Casey, our good friend Casey.
Casey Kasem.
Recommendation for spooky dudes.
Yes.
Dear and upside down exclamation point and then the word comma. So this is just for you.
Just for me.
I have a good recommendation for your next spooky dudes night. It's a foreign film called Lamb, Lamb.
Oh.
Based on a fairy folktale. Fairy/folktale. I won't say anything else, and you should go into it as blind as possible. Parentheses, no spoilers. To say it's fucked up is putting it mildly. Fuck you, try and sleep with the lights off. Double sheep emoji, Casey. But you guys aren't into like the fucked up stuff, like the human centipede.
Yeah, Casey, if you could write back and let us know if this is like gore porn, because if that's the case, I am out. But I do appreciate the recommendation, so hit me back up. Just let me know that, I don't want to see like in Hostel where they like slice that guy's Achilles. That is not for me.
So yeah, let us know.
No torture stuff.
And then another one from Russ. And then this isn't another one. This is just one from Russ.
Russ, take it away, Russ.
Like some life advice.
La, 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 la.
Can't see the lines, can you, Russ? Anyway, Otto, Andy, and the other guy on the pod. This dude.
In your face.
I travel a lot for work and I've listened to every show at least twice.
Damn.
Oh, thanks, Russ. Always get a little depressed when you don't put out a new pod weekly, but I get it. Life's busy. Yeah, buddy. Just look forward to the next one.
Your depression is our...
Succession.
Sure.
No. Anyways, question for you guys since you both travel a lot. I recently had a flight that took off at 5:30 a.m. and I forgot my ear pods. And this motherfucker next to me wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Oh, God.
I closed my eyes and pretended to sleep. And the motherfucker and the just kept running his mouth. Oh, I think he forgot to type motherfucker again. How do you politely tell someone to shut the fuck up? You don't care about their personal issues. Fuck you. Come on by. Thanks, Russ. I go, hey, man, no offense. I'm just trying to get some sleep on this flight, or I didn't sleep a lot last night. You just make it about anything other than their story. But also, when you fake sleep and they just fucking barge right through it, I don't know if words are going to do anything.
I would rip out some pages of the magazine and roll them up into little wads and shove them in your ears and say, this is because of you. And see if that works.
I don't know if that's the polite way to do it, but fucking try it out.
They've already crossed the boundary of politeness.
They have. If you fake sleep and they're so self-involved that they're just going to barge through it, yeah, fucking they kind of deserve whatever's coming at that point, in my opinion. Get that and more life advice just like this by sending your questions and concerns to 1 millionth pod. That's all words, 1 million with a TH and a POD at gmail.com. We'll read them right here on the pod.
Da-da-da-da.
Insert Manscaped ad here.
Manscaped.
Hey, what up, talent receivers, portheads, and double fucks? Chris Porter here to tell you about Manscaped.com. Listen, we've already talked about the lawnmower, or as I like to call it, the bushwhacker, because I know a lot of you boys haven't touched it down there, and it probably looks like your uncle's backyard after they finally found his body and told you that he went to a special farm up in the sky. But that's not their only product. They also have the Crop Mop, which are moist ball wipes infused with aloe to soothe and refresh the skin. It features active pH control, TM. That's trademark, motherfucker. It also helps to protect and irritate the itching. Not only that, they have the Crop Cleanser, unique moisturizing hair and body wash designed for total hair and body cleansing. pH balanced formula both cleanses and hydrates. This is what Manscaped.com can do for you. It can make your whole body an entire scented playground for your lady. And not only that, this is what 1 millionth pod can do for you. Go to the Manscaped.com, buy all their products, go to the promo code, enter in the words 1 millionth pod. That's all words, 1 million with a TH and a POD. You're going to get 20% off your whole order and free shipping. And not only that, you're going to get 15% more action. I can't actually guarantee that because there's no way to prove how much action you had beforehand, and 15% of zero is still zero. So go to Manscaped.com and help out your chances.
That was... Ugh.
All right. Well, you got a job. You've been putting some money away. Well, guess what? if you're in the mood for a private island.
You're not talking to me, are you?
No.
Okay, great. Because that is not the case.
There's a private island in the Caribbean Sea that is less than a townhouse here in Los Angeles.
The cost?
Yeah. And there is a house already on the island.
In the Caribbean?
In the Caribbean, yeah.
Is there Wi-Fi?
Yes.
What?
It is 5 acres of land and features a home with 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. It's called Iguana Island. There might be some...
God damn it.
It's a private island in the Caribbean Sea and is on the market for $475,000.
You know what? I could deal with iguanas.
Yeah, for less than $500,000.
Yeah. Is there a boat? Because you
yeah.
could teach the iguanas to be like...
Not only does it come with its own home, it comes with its own staff, which I'm sure you have to pay them. Right?
I was going to say train the iguanas to be your helper iguanas, but if there's people...
The property listed by Private Islands Incorporated is located 12 miles off the coast of Bluefields, Nicaragua. So pirates might be an issue.
Well...
Maybe you can get some cannons. Iguana Island comes with 5 acres of land, as we already said, and there's still plenty of room to add your own helipad swimming pool, so says the listing. There's already a 3-bedroom house on the island. The residence has been, quote-unquote, built to modern standards. It's
toilet inside,
painted
probably.
very bright. It's very Caribbean-y.
Caribberal?
It's very Caribberal, yes. It's got yellow walls.
Let me see this puppy. Oh.
My question
this is, I mean.
For $500,000?
Yeah.
Granted, you got to take a boat 12 miles out.
What if there's like a hurricane?
You fucking buckle up. Maybe you get yourself some sort
First of all, this dock looks like it's about to break off and float away.
Well, I'm not, for that price, it's a fixer-upper. For sure.
Hi there, Portheads. It's Andi. Apparently we had some mic issues in this episode, and so we lost the last 7 minutes of Chris's mic for this episode. And as badly as I would love for it to just be a one-sided conversation with myself, I'm going to go ahead and not post it, even though it was hilarious, and grossing Chris out by women's snail trails in their underwear. And next time I'll make sure the mics are plugged in. Oh my God, you are 48 years old. Grow up. Crunch, 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 crunch.